GSP would beat Khabib prime on prime.
That would be a crazy fight, though.
That would be a sick fight.
Yeah.
I was seeing him, like, I had my Skilled Trades College sweater on, but I had my George St. Pierre shirt on underneath. He's kind of like, oh man, is it hot in here? And take my shirt off, and everybody started laughing, and then he looks around, he's like, oh, come on, man. Like, just starts laughing. This dude's only 15.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about how if all your dreams shatter, you piece of shit.
Break talk, you're taking it to another level. Better get ready with your host, Adam and Loretto. The dopest show that you ever heard, ever seen. The podcast about nothing and everything. Yeah. Break the break talk. Yeah. Break the break talk.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Break Talk. This week's guest is STC's very own proper Mike Malott. Mike, welcome to the show, man. So happy to have you on.
Out of the blue corner, proper Mike Malott. Practices just
Thanks for having me on, boys. It's
yeah,
gonna be
man.
sweet.
It's been a long time coming. So excited to have you on. I just want to start with saying thank you so much for having my back after I was chirping Kevin Holland. After you beat him, I got back to the hotel and I saw him. I was shitting my pants, and when he came down to the bar, I was like,
He was
thank
saved.
God Mike's here, because I was honestly frightened, but we're good now.
I appreciate you thinking of me and being like, you know what? I don't think 3 rounds was enough for Mike tonight. He needs some more in the fucking bar after with Kevin Holland. I'm going to spark that up and just instigate some more in the hotel. So I appreciate that, man. Always thinking of me.
Yeah. No,
I was gonna say, it's so funny because like he was barking at him, like, and he was saying, like, you don't think these guys actually would like turn around and say something, right? Like, and this guy turns around and stuff, and he's just like what'd you say? Like, speak up. And I'm like, fucking all him, man.
He just pushes
I was yelling too. I was like, it's fucking Mike Malott. And he turns around, I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck, I don't know this guy's
I
got.
don't know what the fuck that is, man. Not me.
Yeah, you guys picked maybe the one guy who for sure would do something about it after the fight. That's definitely the guy who, like, if I'm putting my money on one fighter who's gonna fight after the fight because you're talking shit to him, that's the guy who I'm saying, yeah, chips all in on Holland's probably gonna sock you, dude.
Yeah, it was a ballsy play. It was the all call, but I don't know. I just wanted to talk shit to him. That bothered me when he pretended that he didn't know your name. It fucking pissed me off, and I was just like, I'm gonna let him hear it.
Now
it's probably the adrenaline too, right? You get all worked up. Your boy, when we won the fight, like, yes, let's go. Like, you get that big adrenaline release, and it's just like, one more, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, my bad. Maybe I should simmer down a little bit.
I can't imagine the adrenaline if you're actually in the octagon, because like just watching you and even Jazz, like, and obviously Cody when he gets his shot, like that adrenaline. And like that I get. I'm not even talking like for you. Like for me, it's just like I almost feel like I'm in the fucking octagon. So I can't imagine actually being in there. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know. I just get all like jittery and shit. I just freak out.
It's completely different watching fights when someone you know is fighting. Eh? Like when your buddy's fighting, it's a completely different world. You watch fights on your couch, and like, oh, this is going to be cool. Like, oh, I think this guy's going to win. And I like his style. Like, I'm kind of invested. I'm chatting. And then somebody you know is fighting, and you're like, dude, don't talk to me right now. I'm sweating right now. I'm nervous as hell. Like, my buddy's going out there to fight. Like, it's completely different, right? It's sick. Like, makes you way more invested. You're like, no, I know this guy personally. This isn't a nameless athlete that's walking in there that like, oh, I like watching fights and I want to see 2 dudes beat the shit out of each other. There's so many fights I've seen where I'm like, everybody's like, hey, how'd you like the fight? I'm like, if you weren't my friend, I would have loved that because you guys beat the shit out of each other. But you're my boy, and I'm like, I have a vested interest in your future, and I care about you as a person. I don't want to see you go through that. But yeah, it's wild when your boy fights, eh?
It is. It's crazy because even like just the few days leading up, because we got to Vancouver a few days before, obviously. Yeah. And we were just walking around the hotel, and like you see all these fighters and stuff, and we were there like trying to like get some content and stuff of like, you know, like just meeting some athletes, take some pictures and stuff. And we walked past like Kevin Holland a few times, and he had mentioned to me, honestly, he was just like, yo, like we should just like go like talk to Cat. I
Oh,
said,
dude, why
I
the
said,
fuck would you say that, man?
No. I said no. I said I refuse. I don't give a shit if a video does good. I refuse.
Let's just get a fist bump right over top of Adam. Suck it, Adam.
In my defense, dude, my thought process was, hey, you know, it'd be cool. We're starting the podcast. We would never post Kevin Holland. That's what I said. I said, we'll take a photo. We're backing Mike. I know that. Obviously, he knows that. But a photo, and this guy just like snapped me back to reality. He's like, dude, fuck no.
Yeah,
and
let's
I was
go,
like,
baby.
I didn't want a picture. Fuck
no,
that guy.
he didn't want a picture. But then I kind of understood. Obviously, I didn't know you that well at the time.
No, it's all
and it's all good.
You're covering up now. You're covering up
Which
now.
way you leaving that way?
It's good. No, I get it. Yeah, but no, I also get the other side where it's like, nah, man, I don't want to be cool with the guy like my buddy's fighting,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like, you know, like I'm riding on this side for sure.
Yeah,
like,
but you
all
get
right.
my side.
No, I get you. I get you. You're there to film content. It's like that'd be good content. He's a chaotic character, right? You're gonna get something wild out of him, even if he's at the point of like fame in fighting, and he's such a big character in the sport that even when he does something like not dramatic, that in and of itself is like a big thing where it's like, ooh, he's like super calm. Why is he super calm? It's like, is he wild? Is he calm? Is he quiet? Is he polite? Oh, that's weird. It's like he's gotten so big that no matter which way he goes, it's a conversation piece, right? So no, I get why you want to like be around him for content, right?
Yeah. In other words, fuck Kevin Holland.
Hey, from my side, I'm cool with it. I won. I'm happy I got the win. I went in there and did what I intended on doing. I got the win. I got my hand raised, so it's all good from my side, baby. Like, nothing bitter on me. On to the next one for me.
Yeah. And speaking of next one, what's the word around?
There's a lot of words. I heard Gilbert Burns has said that he wants to fight me, or he's been hearing that I might be next, and I'm all game. So I like that one. Nothing official yet. I haven't got an official date. He's a great dude. I've met him once. He's the opposite end where it's like there's nobody involved in the sport that I know of that hates that guy. He's a beauty. He seems like a super nice guy, and he's super talented and fought for a title and world champion black belt, like all the accolades, about as good as you can get in this sport without being a champion. I love that, man. I'm here to, test myself, and that's a great test. So, I'm confident going into that one if that's the one. So there's no official dates, no official opponents. I'm hearing that buzz. If that's the way she goes, that's the way she goes, and I'm happy with it, man.
Business is business. You might like him on a personal level, but when you get in the closed octagon, fucking, it is what it is.
My second fight in the UFC, Johan Lainez, that's a friend of mine. Like, next time I see Johan, I'm going to give him a hug. Like, we were buddies before the fight. We trained together very briefly. We trained together a few days. Like, we joked how we both came up in one of the more common regional scenes, like our last fights before Contender Series with CFFC, which is one of the best feeder organizations for the UFC. He was the champ at the time. So I thought we were going to have to fight. My manager was like, hey, man, you might need to get this, they call them like a major regional belt. So the major ones are like CFFC, LFA, some organizations like that in Canada, like in Canada Unified would be like kind of the biggest one, right?
Okay.
So you get a belt in one of those organizations that really gives you a lot of leverage to get toward the UFC or Contender Series. So I thought I was going to have to fight Johan. And then before we were going to have to fight, both of us got signed, and he came to our gym, and I'm like, perfect. We don't need to fight each other. Let's be buddies and let's help each other in our careers. Right. And then fast forward like a year, we end up fighting one another. And it's funny enough, for that fight, I had like 4 opponents. He's like my 4th opponent for that fight. And one of them was another guy that I was friends with, Orion Kosik. I got offered him and I accepted it, and I didn't say anything to him, but he had like, I don't know if it was bronchitis or pneumonia. He got like really sick before it and ended up not taking the fight. And then we kind of messaged after. I honestly messaged him after Johan messaged me. Johan messaged me. He's like, hey man, like, I know we're buddies, but my manager said this is the fight. Like, all respect, but you do what's in front of you. This is what was put in front of me. Like, we got to fight. I'm like, completely agree. We'll have a beer after. We'll scrap it. We'll have a beer. We'll be boys. And then I was like, fuck, I probably should have sent Orion a message like that when that one came up. And then I sent Orion a message after. I'm like, hey man, hope it's all good. He's like, yeah, sorry man. I got pneumonia right now. I've been in the hospital. Like, not taking a fight in the next like 2 months or whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, all good. And then ended up training with Orion like a few months later. He's a good dude, and Johan's a good dude too. We just scrapped it out. That guy was a big, strong, powerful, probably the hardest hitting guy I've ever fought. He only hit me once in the fight, and I was like, okay, this dude's got some power in his hands, man. He clubs those hooks. But ended up getting the win in that one too.
Yeah, how is that like fighting like, you know, someone that you know on a personal level? Because I feel like on a business aspect, like if you were to step away from the UFC, is like, say you're competing for a job in the construction world against, you know, a friend of yours that's been in the industry as well. It's like, it's a competitive thing, but you're not beating the shit out of each other. In your realm of world, like or work, it's a friend, but you go in there and beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough.
It's different, man. It's not just like, oh, you got it. You got something that I wanted. It's not only that. It's like you might beat the shit out of the guy. You might change a guy's life. You know, like this isn't a game. You know, as much as it's a sport, this is a fist fight in a cage too, right? So it is a bit weird. Once the contract's signed and we've both agreed to it, for me, I don't have an issue. Like I don't have to dislike the guy at all. It's very much like ones and zeros for me. It's on or it's off. We're either doing this or we're not. And if we're doing this, it's like, I don't have feelings toward you really. I don't.
Wow.
Like you're not a person to me. You're an opponent. Like that's it. You're a necessary evil. I can't get in there by myself. There has to be somebody else. So it doesn't matter to me if I like you. It doesn't change like, oh, I'm going to fight this guy harder because I don't like him. I don't care about that. It's like, I'm going to do my style, my martial arts, my game as best as I can. And almost always when I do that, it goes well, and it almost always ends in a finish for me. So, you know, I don't want to have to fight friends. I really only have like one friend in the division in my weight class. And that's one where I'm like, man, come on. I'm not fighting Max Griffin. No, that's my fucking, there's, 70 other guys. That's my boy. I love that dude. I train with him whenever I'm in Sacramento. We hang out, like we message each other. We got the same manager. We've trained together. We like send each other good messages. That guy's a beauty. I'm like, there's somebody else. Come on. I don't need to fight that guy. That's the only one that I'm like, please no.
Yeah.
But it's tough in that world, because you do have to put on that game face and just, it is what it is. Like you said, when they sign that contract, it's like, you got to act like not that they're a nobody, but it's like, this is business. We're going after the same thing, and it's no hard feelings, but
yeah,
it is what it is almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it is. It's dude, we know the business. This is the hurting business, man. Like I'm going to try and hurt you. And I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm not going to try and fight any safer. I'm not going to try and like not hurt you as much because I like you. It's like, no, man, I'm going to do everything I have to do to win as cleanly and as impressively as I can. And if that means doing damage to somebody, that's the game, man. Sorry.
That's what it is.
That's what I kind of said something like that after the Radke fight. People were like, man, you really followed up with those punches when he was on the ground. I'm like, well, the fight was still going. Maybe I crack him and I drop him and I go to celebrate and walk off and he gets up and then I have to fight him for 10 more minutes and I get hurt or something happens or, we hurt each other even more. Like he's in there to protect himself and the ref's in there to protect him. There's already 2 guys in there. I don't need to be the third. It's like, you got 2 guys to protect you. I'm trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to protect you.
Yeah.
I'm not cheating. I'm not going to do something, against the rules to try and hurt you, but within the rules,
fair game.
It's all fair and warm, man.
Yeah.
Now, as you start going up and you start, you're defeating more, let's say, known opponents. You're climbing the ranks in the welterweight. Now, do you kind of feel like I know you guys handle pressure very well. I know you're like for yourself, it seems like you do. But do you kind of feel like now it's like, you've been training for a long time. Do you ever feel like? Do you feel the pressure kind of like this is it? This is like, I've been working for this, and it's like one fight at a time. You keep growing and growing as, for the name, your style of fighting, you're excelling and you're winning. You're finishing opponents. These aren't decision wins. You're finishing guys, and the name's buzzing now. And do you kind of take any of that in? Do you kind of stop to be like, fuck, like this is what I'm working for, or, you know, I'm getting some of it, like, or are you just like driven, like championship or nothing type mentality? Like, do you kind of take in some time to be like, fuck, like this is cool. Like this is what I've dreamed of.
Yeah. I feel like there were a couple different questions in there almost
Yeah.
where, as far as the pressure, okay, you want to be here where I am now, which, dude, since I was like 13, this is where I've wanted to be. You know, obviously I have more goals as far as the championship and rankings and money to set myself up for the future. Of course, those are important to me. So there's pressure in that aspect. Like, okay, now you're here. Like, this is the time to do it. But there's been pressure the whole time in all sorts of different ways. There's been pressure in that I've always wanted to be here. So when I was having my first, second, third, fourth, whatever fight, and they were in some like high school gymnasium with like basketball hoops, like, you know, where people are sitting on like hardwoods,
Yeah.
or in like a 3/4 empty hockey arena.
Jeez.
Where it's like, you know, there's 200 people in there and the promoter lost his shirt on the event. It's like, it doesn't matter that there's only 100 people here. Like, I have to win this if where I am now, if I want to get to that place. So there's pressure in that way too. It's like, oh, there's only 100 people watching, but it's like, yeah, but I want to be in the arenas. I want to be fighting with my country's flag on my back and representing my country around the world. Like, I want that. That's motivating to me. So shit, if I can't win this like local regional fight, how the hell am I ever going to get there? Right. So there's pressure all along the journey. So you feel that all the way up. In some fights, you feel that a little bit more. Some fights, you don't notice it as much, but I find that I've gotten a lot better at dealing with those feelings, right? And a lot of it is the focus and the attention. What are you focusing on? You know, there's all sorts of things you can focus on. You know, this last fight, fighting Kevin Holland, man, this guy's fought every good dude in 2 weight classes. This guy on any given night can beat the best guys in the world, or some of the best guys in the world. We've seen him do it. We've seen him beat guys where you're like, oh shit, that guy looked good. I mean, 2 fights before he fought me, he beat Gunnar Nelson, who's an ADCC vet, like unbelievable jiu-jitsu, sick fighter. Like, he looked great in that fight. And then you have like, okay, on top of my opponent, like, this is a ranked opportunity. Like, man, if you don't win this one, how many more opportunities do you get? You know, the country's behind me. You have all these things that you can focus on. The like, I want to make more money. I want to be ranked, blah, blah, blah. You know, you can focus on all those things, or you can focus on what actually happens in the cage. What do I actually need to do in the octagon? Like, what directly impacts what's going to happen in the fight? And I prefer to focus on those things, because those things are my preparation, the training that I've had, not just in the last 8 weeks, but the last 18 years. I started training in, 2005 pretty casually through high school, but 2009 very seriously. Like, this is a long time of foundation laid. Like, I focus on that preparation and the preparation that we put in all camp and how great I've been feeling and how sharp I've been feeling. And I focus on not what my opponent can do to me, but what I can do to people. It's like, you build these guys up sometimes. These guys that you're fighting, man, this guy's got, Kevin Holland, this guy has absolutely slept some of the toughest guys in the world. He's beat guys with body shots. He's beat guys on the outside. He's beat guys in the clinch. He's submitted a bunch of guys. He's beat guys by decisions. He's improving. He has a ton of experience, but it's also like, you can focus on that. And then I'm like, okay, well, this guy's also fighting me. How does this guy feel? Like, man, you got a guy who can knock you on the feet. You got a guy who can sub you. You got a guy who can out wrestle you, can pick you apart. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm focusing on the things that I'm good at. That's where I put my attention. And that's where, you build that confidence and you go in knowing, like, I did everything I could. I'm very well prepared for this. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking good at this. This is like, when it comes down to it and that cage door locks, like, I turn on, man, like, it's time to go. And it's gone pretty damn well so far.
You need that like positive self-talk and that confidence behind your game and your ability, because you've been doing it for so long. But you have to, like you said, like, you think about the other side of like the opponent and all these other things, the factors, but you have to think like, like, I'm fucking ready for this.
Yeah, and you know what's good that you actually touched on, which it's actually very interesting you say that, because I don't hear a lot of people, like, when I'm thinking about something, I'm always thinking about the what ifs. And I think a lot of human beings naturally think about the negatives, like, this guy slept best, like the best fighters in the world, like, and you don't kind of give yourself some praise. Like, you're always looking at the negatives of it, and you're always
Right.
thinking like, what's the worst outcome?
Yeah.
Right. And then as opposed to looking at like, no, wait a second. But what can I do to him? What's he thinking about for me? Like, what is he studying film of? What is he taking into his fight camps that same thing, vice versa, what you are. And it's when you kind of think of it like that, you also kind of go into it like, no, this motherfucker's kind of scared. Like, this motherfucker's just as scared as I am. So let's fight.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about the what ifs, right? We tend to naturally, as a survival instinct, like
Yeah.
biologically, focus on the negative things. It's like, man, all this could happen. Like, you're in a way, like a lot of us want to pull back. It's like we should avoid situations like that. Well, I signed the contract. The only way out of this is through it. I'm not getting out of this other than going through this guy, right? The only way out is through. But another thing that you can kind of reframe and focus on is like the what ifs. Okay, tweak the what ifs. What if I sleep this dude?
Right.
What if
Yeah.
I catch him? What if everything that I've been doing is the right way? What if everything that I believe in is actually right? What if everything that I've been telling myself in a positive way actually comes to fruition? Those are kind of the what ifs I try to focus on, right? When those kind of thoughts creep in, it's like, flip the script, man.
That's good. Do you have a mental performance coach?
I do. I've been working with him for 12 years, Danny Patterson. Yeah. Full Potential Performance. He works with several fighters. He works with a bunch of high-level NHL players, some Stanley Cup winners. He works with a bunch of CEOs. And I was actually his first fighter. I think I might have been his first athlete that he worked with as far as performance coaching, right? He's a clinical therapist. But I think I was his first pro athlete that he worked with. And he's not only my coach and kind of, like my therapist, not like my psychologist in a way, but like he's my coach and my mentor, but he's also like one of my best friends, right? So we're like very close to one another, and I'm fortunate in a way where all my coaches I'm really close with. It's not just a business relationship. Like,
Right.
all right, cool, yeah, you taught me some things, shake the hands and go home. It's like these are after the win, the people that I want to hang out
Celebrate.
with. And
Yeah.
I've said it to them multiple times, and I say it throughout fight week. Gratitude's like a big thing for me, especially leading up to a fight. And I say it to the guys every time. I'm like, win, lose, or draw, you are the guys that I want in my corner. You are the guys I want to go to war with. Like, you are the guys I want leaving the cage with me. You guys are the ones that I want coming into the octagon with me in between rounds. And that gives me a lot of confidence too. I mean, I know there are a lot of guys that are like, I could care less whether I like my cornermen or I'm close with them. I just want the best advice. But I think it's important to know your coaches and for your coaches to know you on a personal and deep level, to really understand what you need beyond just like, here's a general martial arts thing. Like, this is what I think a martial artist should do. It's like, I'm not a martial artist. I'm not just a fighter. Like, I'm me. You need to know me as a person, right?
Right. And that connection is worth a lot in terms of like, just even hearing your perspective, like your mentality towards your coaches and everyone that's involved with your game. You need to have that. And maybe some fighters don't have that, but it's huge because you think about all the things that they do for you, for them to hear it, the gratitude that you express back to them. It's like, you know what? I will go that extra mile for Mike, or because I know that I mean this much to him and I know I have this much of an impact on him. And who knows, that could be the difference in so many of your fights or so many of your camps. That's like, you're the difference of me getting through that camp, whether it was a difficult camp or there was an injury or whatever the case was. Like, that could be the slight difference that you have on your opponent.
Absolutely. I mean, I've cornered guys. So before I fought in the UFC, I cornered a bunch of UFC fighters because I was one of the head coaches down at Team Alpha Male in Sacramento. And whether it was in the UFC or regional fights or whatever, I cornered a ton of fights down there. Like almost, every other weekend I was coaching a fight, whether it was in the UFC or wherever, an amateur fight. It's so important to know your guys. Like, there were times that I went in there and I'm like, yeah, I know martial arts and I've been working with this guy for like, 6-7 weeks, but it's tough. Like, I don't know you completely as a person. Like, I can tell you what I think is the best option at the time, but every fighter's completely different, right? So some guys deal better with like almost yelling at them. Some guys need to be like encouraged because they're already yelling at themselves. You don't want to be the second guy to yell at them. You want to like, no. You don't need to listen to that voice. Like, we're encouraging you. Some guys are almost the opposite where they're like, I'm the shit. And you're like, yeah, well, you're not training like you're the shit. You're dicking around. Like, I need you to actually put the work in. So you need to kind of know the guys, right? But those times that I have gotten in the corner with fighters that I'm really close with, like probably the best example is like Andre Feely is one of my best friends in the world. Like, I've cornered him a bunch of times in fights, and I've been fortunate enough to have him corner me in a fight before the UFC too. We went to Philly and Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and fought CFFC, that organization I was just talking about. He cornered me for that fight. It's like having one of your best friends in the corner who like really knows you on a personal level. Like, we've been talking about things that he said. He's like, I was giving you this advice, but I knew this about you. And so I altered things in this way. I'm like, man, see, that's perfect. Like, you know me really well. So you know, you altered things just a little bit to try and tailor it for me. Right. And it's cool. It also heightens things. Like we talk about, you're going into fights with your boy. Like, the closer that relationship is, the more heightened that the consequences feel, right? The outcome of a fight feels even more consequential, feels even greater when you go into when you're going to war with your friend. And it's a different type of nerves when you're the one on the sideline, so you don't have control on the outcome. You can help, but really, like, there's only so much you can do in the corner, right? It's advice. It's like reminders.
And you
but
have that
fighting.
adrenaline.
Yeah,
you're fucking adrenaline.
You're pumped up.
Yeah.
Definitely not the same amount of adrenaline as like one of my fights, but you still get that like adrenaline high afterwards.
For sure.
The high after winning a fight is completely different because that was you that did it, right? There are obviously massive influences on the outcome of a fight and are super consequential to my career. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm either going to do it or I'm not. So it is on the fighter more than anything. So that like adrenaline and the feelings of a fighter are more consequential to the fighter. But still, when you're cornering a guy and you really know this person, it's like, it's a heightened moment.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, Mike, it's a skill, even just to hear it from your perspective. Like, your mentality is so advanced in the sense of like, you understand it from different aspects. And maybe cornering your friends like back before you were in the UFC, that might have helped you understand to a different level of like how much that person in the corner really means. Right? Because you're there and you're supporting and you feel the adrenaline, you know what they're going through. And then fast forward, now you're in the UFC and it's like, I'm so thankful you're in the corner because I know how much it could impact you in the octagon. And it's a whole different like perspective. But I've now seen you in a few fights, and the level of like locked in that you have a certain zen. And I don't know you like a book, but I've seen you a few times, and it's like, I see you in a hotel and it's like, it's not the same Mike that's sitting right there. It's a different Mike Malott that's like ready for war, but at the same time, it's like, you're not gonna let the emotions affect you, and anything that's going around, even it's like, we're high energy, we're happy to see you, and it's just like, nice to see you guys. And we don't take it the wrong way because we know like you've been working so long for this moment, and it's honestly nice to see that it's like, okay, this guy, he's fucking ready. You know, when I saw you in Montreal, I was like, holy fuck. Like I remember I was looking at my dad, I was like, dude, this guy's fucking locked in. Like, it's like, it was a different level. And then you had the performance of fucking knocking that motherfucker out. It was insane, but it goes hand in hand, right? You're so advanced in that level mentally, and I think you have a competitive advantage over any fighter in the UFC just being that advanced.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I've put a lot of work into my mental state as far as going into competition, and not just competition, but combat competition specifically, because it's just there's even more consequences to it, right? That one-on-one competition is any type of competition. You're in a hockey game, there's pressure, I don't want to let my team down, there's certainly pressure in that way, but you take something else like not combat that's one-on-one, like a tennis match. It's like, it's just you versus this other person, right? So there's all that heightened consequence and pressure of it's just the two of us, and then you add the physical consequences of fighting out to that, right? The odds that you end up fucked up after a tennis match are pretty low, right? It's
Yeah.
like your elbows and ankles and knees are probably pretty sore, but you're not getting the shit kicked out of you, right? You're not, or you didn't just kick the shit out of somebody else, right? There's that consequence potential for every time you step in that octagon, right? So the mental state is extremely important. And I do think I have a big advantage over a lot of the guys in this division, and I'm only getting better at it. And the last 3 fights specifically, I feel like I really found myself in there, you know. First few fights in the UFC, especially the first one, those UFC jitters are real, man. First time you're under those UFC lights, like, oh shit, this is different. Being in front of thousands of people, this is different. The first time you fight in Vancouver and Toronto when there's like 20,000 people chanting your name, and it's like, oh crap, the country's behind me. It's like the first time kind of feeling those, it can get to you. I feel way more, I feel like myself when I get in there. Like you said, I do feel like I'm a different Mike Malott when I'm preparing for a fight and when I step in the octagon. But as far as like how my body feels and my mind feels and how present I am when I step in there, those last 3 fights, I'm like, I'm just me right now, man. Like, this isn't some far off crazy thing that I'm doing. Like, I'm really ready for this. The last one, especially the last one, I hit a completely different level. It was almost to the point where when Dan Murgliata was saying like, you know, Kevin, you ready? Mike, you ready? Let's go. Right before that happened, I was like, should I be more hyped right now? Like, I feel really chill.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, you feel the way you feel. Be ready for him to sprint across the octagon and turn this immediately into a dogfight. But beyond that, like, I'm just me right now, man. I'm feeling the way I feel. I don't need to mean mug and try and be someone else. And, you know, no, I need to get hyped. I need to get ready. I need to, let's go. It's like, no, man, I am ready. And if this is the way I am right now, it's just chill and zen and locked in and very sure of myself. Not, you know, not necessarily any outcome, but more so just me. I feel ready to go.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Okay, Mike, we are going to hop to our first segment here. This is called break time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list you 4 categories. You have to build your version of a GOAT, the greatest athlete ever. It could be in any sport, anytime, in anything in the world, right? You can pick these athletes and you cannot repeat the names.
Okay.
So the first category is the mindset.
In what way? Are we talking intelligence, competitiveness, like just a
All in
control
one.
of yourself?
In
Everything.
terms of like, yeah, like in terms of who you think overall over the years and all in their whole time in whatever sport do you think handles and goes about it the smartest technical way that you've seen? Could be UFC, could be NHL, NBA, NFL, whatever you feel.
Okay, when you're saying it like that, there's 2 that come to mind right off the bat. And one of them is maybe a little cocky and egotistical, but I'm in my own head and I know who I am and I trust me when it's time to go. So like,
I like that.
Mindset, Mike Malott.
Mike Malott.
Yeah.
I could
I
see
like
it.
that.
I
I
could
like
see
that.
it.
I like
Remember,
that.
you can't repeat yourself
Okay.
though. So we're
Okay.
gonna.
I'm gonna say one second guy. He was the other one that jumped into my mind is Jordan Burroughs, Olympic gold medalist multiple time from the United States in wrestling. And the reason I say him is the amount of not only his accolades as a wrestler, but the amount of times I've seen him with 30 seconds left, 2 points down or a point down, and come back and win a match and just find a way in the last 30 seconds to win. I'm like, he's a freak athlete, incredible wrestler, technician, a blast double. Like he could find a way to double like a Ford F-150, you know, like the guy's an animal. But the amount of times I've seen him down by 1 point with 30 seconds to go and him come back and win.
Okay.
It's like he's not just the front runner. When he's behind, he does a great job of that too. And
You might
so
want to
admire
save
him.
that guy though. So
Yeah?
yeah. You
Okay.
wait till
Oh, yeah.
you hear the other categories.
Okay.
You might want to save that. After
Okay.
that explanation, you might want to save that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for now, we'll say mindset
say
of
me.
Mike
I'll say
Malott.
me,
Okay?
okay.
The next one's athleticism. Just straight up pure athleticism in any sport, any era, anytime.
First guy to come to mind. Again, a lot of these are going to be guys that I probably know, right? People I've been around. One of the freakiest athletes I've ever met in my life is Sage Northcutt. That guy's like a genetic freak.
Okay.
Even the way that dude like reaches for his keys, I'm like, what are you made of, man? How
Spider-Man.
Dude, he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's like you've got another level of physical response. He's a freak athlete. Yeah, I'm probably all right. I'll go with Sage Northcutt.
Okay. The next one is clutch factor.
Okay, yeah, the Jordan Burroughs, man, the clutch factor. That's the guy. You know, Jordan Burroughs, that guy. It's like it's
most
go
clutch.
time. We're down by 1. I need you to, that like him or Michael Jordan at like, hey, we need you to like bury this for us. We need to give the ball or the puck or whoever to somebody. Like, you're the guy. All right, yeah, Jordan Burroughs.
Okay. And the last one, I like this. I'm glad you're not going to pick yourself for this one, but trash talk.
Oh, okay. That's not the way I thought you'd go with that. I mean, you got to go with probably the best trash talker ever, right? Nobody's going to be surprised by this one, McGregor.
Yeah.
You got like, who did it better than him, man? Who hyped up fights? Okay, I'm talking about all the outside factors that you can focus on. Who made other people, maybe Muhammad Ali. It's a him and Muhammad Ali as far as like who made people focus on all the other shit that doesn't matter inside the octagon. You saw guys stand across from him either way more hyped than they should have been. Like I'm saying, like they weren't present. This is how I feel. This is how I'm going to be. They're like, no, I can't let him do this to me. I can't, like, he's talking this. These people are cheering. No, fuck that. I got to go. Or the opposite. You see them like wanting to be that and like ready to wilt or throughout the fight wilt. You see the moment get to them in the McGregor fights more than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, McGregor trash talk is like it's a lock. Like he's just...
That's a different sport, man.
Change the game with just simply trash talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and selling fights and bringing UFC to the next level. But there's got to be some part of you that bothers you about Conor McGregor. He has an alcohol called Proper 12.
Brutal, dude.
Now, did it go Proper 12 and you're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just take the 12 out in Proper Mike?
Fuck you. No, that wasn't what happened, man. No. I had a fight in 2015 where I was announced as Proper Mike before Proper 12 came out. That came out in like 2017 or whatever it was. And as soon as I saw Proper 12, I was like, bro, you couldn't have gone with Notorious Whiskey? Yeah. Are you serious, man? You couldn't have used your nickname. You had to take mine and put the whiskey on it. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm not doing a Proper Whiskey.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, that was brutal. I was like, bro, come on. Where the hell did Proper come from?
Yeah.
Oh, it's brewed for Proper 12 years. I'm like, why the fuck is that the name? Come on, bro.
He could have won with Notorious. You're right.
Notorious Whiskey would have been sick.
Yeah, that's actually probably a better name, honestly. Like, what's 12 to him anyway?
It's just Proper 12 years brewed. Like it's been stored in wooden barrels for 12 years. Which I'm like, what is it? What a generic.
Yeah, you couldn't think
I'm
of
like,
something.
dude, you couldn't come up with. Maybe there's already a Notorious Whiskey or something. Maybe you tried that and that didn't work. But I was like, come on, man.
Fuck you, McGregor.
Yeah, dude, come on.
What the hell?
The Break Talk podcast is brought to you by Skilled Trades College. Looking to get involved with the trades but don't know where to start? Where can you find all the info, Loretto?
Head over to skilledtradescollege.ca and get the skills to pay the bills.
All right, Mike, it's time to build your parlay. So I've got 5 hot takes lined up for you. Your job is to pick 3 that you're riding with to build your parlay. Okay? So I'll go over all of them and we'll go from there. So the first one is Paddy Pimblett is a better entertainer than fighter.
Okay.
We got GSP would beat Khabib prime on prime.
Okay.
We got the Leafs won't win a cup till 2035.
Okay.
We got any failed drug test should be expelled from the GOAT conversation.
Okay.
And then we got the welterweight division is the best division in the UFC right now.
Okay. I got a few. Okay. Sorry. I might need a couple of those.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? I'll start from the top.
Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna need 3 of them from you. So Paddy Pimblett is a better entertainer than fighter.
I'm gonna probably put that the lowest right now. I think it's too early to tell. He's a good entertainer. Pre-Chandler, I might have agreed with you, but man, he looked good in that Chandler fight. So I can't knock the kid. The kid looked really good in that fight. I'm done saying that the kid's legit. So
legit. Okay.
So yeah, I'll leave that one for now.
Then we got GSP would beat Khabib prime on prime.
I might put that one in there. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got the Leafs won't win a cup till 2035.
Can't put that in
Definitely putting that in there. You kidding me? Come on. I'm hopeful that they will, but based on the last 80 years, yeah, I don't think that's a pretty safe one.
Yeah.
I knew you were smart, Mike.
Hey, if there's one lock in here, that's probably it.
No, the next one's the lock.
So any failed drug test should ban you from the GOAT conversation.
Any failed drug test in combat sports should ban you from the sport. You're a trash human being. Like, it's different. Okay, we're doing 100-meter dash. You take PEDs, you're faster than the guy who got silver and didn't take PEDs. We found out you took performance enhancing drugs. We just eliminate you from that and everyone moves up one. Nothing bad happened. You take performance enhancing drugs and you physically hurt somebody and, like I said, change their life. It's a no contest. It never happened. Well, fuck. I remember being in there and it happening to me. Like, it changes things, man. Like, that's a fucked up thing. That's assault with a deadly weapon. You shouldn't just be punished in the sport. You should be criminally charged for that. I think you should actually have to do jail time if you do that.
Amen.
It's different if, okay, you get a tainted supplement and you've got those, picograms of whatever in your system. It's like, that was probably a tainted supplement. Yo, you were on shit. We for sure caught you. You were on shit. Yeah, I was on shit. Not suspended for 2 years. You have to go to prison. I think you should genuinely go to prison if you're on performance enhancing drugs in the sport. This is not a fucking game, dude. This is not, like I said, one-on-one tennis. Tennis is a great sport and I love tennis, but no one's getting fucked up from tennis. You get, man, that guy beat me. And then you're like, oh, he was on some stuff that I wasn't on, so he got a performance enhancing advantage. Wipe it from the slate. It never counted. Cool. Okay, he only beat me because he was on this. You fucking cave somebody. I've seen guys take damage in fights where it's like chilling. You're like, that guy's not going to be the same after this. And I know guys who have taken damage like that, and I know they're not the same after that. And just saying like, oh, he was on PED, so it doesn't count. It's like, bro, I'm a different person after that. That's fucked up. I genuinely think there has to be criminal charges against these guys that use performance enhancing drugs in this sport. I've been a clean athlete my whole life. I've never taken anything. I don't think that should be like a proud thing to say or like a weird thing to say. I think it should be, if you get caught, bro, you're not just not fighting again, you're going to jail, man. You're going to prison. We have to do something about that. That's fucked. You getting like, yeah, you were on stuff, but like, dude, there was one fighter I heard of, I'm not going to name him by name, but one on Contender Series, and either that fight got turned over or it was his debut got turned over, and he was like, yeah, I felt I wasn't confident in myself, and I just, this would help. It's like, yeah, that's why everyone takes it. You're pussies. Like, yeah, no kidding. That's why you took it. If you were confident in yourself, you wouldn't have done that. It's like, you're a coward and a cheater. You shouldn't be allowed to compete with people. Like, you're trash. No, we don't need you. So definitely put that at the top of the list.
That's a fucking lock.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
my number one lock.
That's more than the Leafs won't win the cup. That's close though.
I'll die on that hill. I'll put the Leafs win the next 10 cups over that one not being on the list, bro.
That's bull.
Yeah. Wow.
Next
Okay.
10 cups is crazy.
And then we need one more from you. So are we taking the welterweight division as the best division in the UFC right now? Or are we taking GSP could be prime on prime?
I'm rearranging them because I forgot my boy Scott Lawton plays for the Leafs and he's going to fucking win a cup. So, as long as it's not over. Okay, as long. Never mind. Okay, actually, maybe. I don't know, because the Kings are going to win one because my brother plays for the Kings.
Shout out to LA Kings, baby.
Shout out to LA Kings, baby.
Jeff
Let's
Malott.
go. But also shout out Scott Lawton. You're the man. You're a fucking beauty. Yeah. Number one, Peds. It's not happening. What was 5 again?
5 was the welterweight division is the best UFC.
Yeah, it's got to be number 2. I think that's right there. I mean, the competitive weight class is men's bantamweight. Right now, I think welterweight's the most stacked division in the UFC. It's
really
wild.
fair to say.
That division's deep right now, man.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. Like, dude, you take not even the top 15. You take 16 to 30. That's a deep top 15.
Yeah.
If you got rid of the top 15 guys in the division, it's still a super stacked division. Welterweight is wild right now, which is cool to say, and then also be ranked. I'm like, this is fucking sick, man.
You're up there.
I was gonna say, man, you're part of the problem.
Right. Yeah. No, man. Yeah, it's a deep division, man. The jungle's thick at 170. And then we got to go GSP in his prime over Khabib in his prime, even though Khabib's the man
Okay.
and sick. GSP's my GOAT. That's the guy.
Shout out
Okay,
GSP.
so what's his parlay looking like?
So
We're
right
going-
now, your parlay is looking like any failed drug test should ban you from the GOAT conversation in the UFC.
Lock them up.
Lock that one
'em
up.
Okay.
The
Don't
welterweight.
lock that up. Lock them up. You get caught. We're taking you straight to jail, baby.
All right. He's not only saying banned from the GOAT conversation, he's saying banned from the UFC. banned from your freedom to
public.
walk and live. Like he wants you in the hole, not even just jail, in the
I
hole.
want you in prison. I want you in max security, bro. Pieces of shit.
And then we have the welterweight division is the best division in the UFC right now. And then the last and final one, GSP would beat Khabib prime on prime.
Yep.
Wow.
That would be a crazy fight, though.
That would be a sick fight.
Yeah.
That would be an unreal fight.
Like prime on prime, like that would be, man. I don't
That would be
know.
a wild fight.
Is there any fights you want, like you would have, like in your, if you could see any fight prime on prime, would that be the one?
That's definitely up there, man. Yeah, that's definitely up at the top. One of the guys that I would love to have seen have a longer shine in his prime, health issues, weird stuff happened to him his whole career. It seemed like the end of his career, and now even weirder personal life stuff. Heart goes out to, you know, probably my heavyweight goat, Cain Velasquez. Like you put Cain Velasquez against any heavyweight.
Isn't the dude in jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's tragic.
But I heard didn't he get charged for like,
Is this the guy that Dana got out, or what did Dana did something recently?
Didn't he like shoot a child predator or something like that?
Some dude abused his child.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he got in a car and chased the guy. That guy was in the car. I guess that guy's dad was driving away from Cain, and Cain took out a pistol and shot him. And it was like attempted murder and public endangerment. Attempted murder.
No,
it's unfortunate that it wasn't a murder. I have no, as just like men and like people in society, it's like, dude, I got no sympathy for you. You hurt a child. Like,
right.
Yeah, you should be shot in the head. If his dad finds out that if this kid's dad finds out that you did that,
yeah,
that's every dad's right to
absolutely
fucking kill you.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for as protectors. But the like public endangerment, I understand that you're getting like on a public street and you're shooting bullets at people. It's like, yeah, you can't do that. But I just, I wish Cain had just taken that Cain Velasquez mauler energy and just beaten the dude to a pulp or beating him to death. Like,
I feel like that would have been almost better in the sense of like he would have actually felt something like pain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's like an easy way to go out. Just boom, shot to the head is like, hold up, bro. If I can make this guy feel something.
Yeah.
I also can't feel what he went through in that moment. I pray to God I never have to feel that, or nobody else has to feel that, because that's the tragedy of all tragedies. But he was the fucking man. I loved watching Cain fight, dude. He was a savage. Prime Cain Velasquez, a heavyweight that could keep high output and wouldn't gas. Sick power in his hands. You couldn't stop his takedown, especially as the fight went on. Like a mauler on top, wouldn't slow down, wasn't scared to get hit by absolute hitters, wasn't scared of Alistair Overeem, wasn't scared of Brock Lesnar, out wrestled and outpaced and it broke Brock Lesnar, all these guys. Like, dude, Cain was the fucking man.
So who would you want to see him fight if you could, like, any era?
Prime Cain against anybody. The fight that actually I would love, if I could, I could pick one fight of all time.
Yeah.
Prime Cain fight in, I know you said you're a newer MMA fan. Prime Cain, Prime Fedor Emelianenko. If you don't know that name, that guy, that's the guy. That's the other like conversation for greatest heavyweight of all time. And you could, if someone put him ahead of Cain, no shame on that. Fedor was the man in the 2000s.
So that would be
my like greatest fight of all time is Prime Cain versus Prime Fedor.
And who do you have in that?
I think probably Prime Cain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cain was cool, man. Cain was sick to watch.
Yeah.
Dude. He was a different type of animal. And we've kind of got a new Cain. The new Cain in my mind is Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy, my boy. That's a scary dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. To see that guy across the cage from you. I do not envy anybody that has to stand across that man.
What's that the Dominican guy right now that's like he's fighting again for like the third or fourth time again. I think he's fighting in January, but not 324. He just fought on Aspinall's card. He came in on like short notice. He flew to Saudi. He fought. Fuck, his name's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh wait, you know that one?
He said
What weight class?
It's heavyweight. Oh fuck, it's bothering me.
I'll tell you right now. He's a heavyweight fighter?
Yeah, he's a heavyweight fighter from Dominican. He hopped on the Saudi card. Like literally like 4 or 5 days notice. He flew like from Dominican right to Saudi. He fought. He's fighting again. Fuck me.
Curtis Blades?
No.
I mean, there's one other heavyweight that comes to mind right now that's not in the UFC yet.
Who's
It's
that?
Gable Stevenson, Olympic champ Gable Stevenson, who's just been
I think that's him.
sleeping dudes.
I think that's him.
Waldo Acosta?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Waldo
He's on a
Acosta.
tear right now. He's on a
He's
fucking
number
tear.
5.
Yeah, and he just started fucking fighting. Like
That's crazy.
he's just been on like a 4 or 5 fight win streak, and he's been on a tear, and he's fighting again. He requested it.
I know the name, but I don't know if I've seen him fight, so
sure.
I can't.
Yeah, he fought on that card in Saudi.
Sorry about this guy.
I don't know if you recognize him. He's just hot commodity right now. He's just like crazy come up.
Let me see.
Yeah, just tap
Yeah,
a
I
clip.
think I've seen him. I don't know if I've seen him fight, but I'll check him out. Yeah.
So what's the deal with like Aspinall now in that division? Like, is he?
Hold up, what?
I was gonna say, as he was looking, you should have told Mike what Berube said about Lawton on Sunday. Best trooper.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. When I told you we talked to Craig Berube.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
He said that Lawton was the best chirper on the Leafs right
Let's
now.
go, Lawton.
Yeah.
Lawton's a fucking
Yeah.
beauty, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that guy's hilarious. Just everything's so monotone, deadpan, and he's hilarious. I love that guy. He's
Yeah,
like,
Berube said he was the best fucking chirper on the Leafs, which was like, okay, like, not that I'm surprised, but it wasn't like the first thing that would come to my head.
That means something from him.
For
'Cause
sure.
That guy's been in the old eras where it was like,
dude, he was
Gritty
he was an
style
assistant captain for Philly for years.
Yeah.
Man.
You know him on a personal level?
Not super well. Like I know him, not super well, but he's like good buddies with my brother, and then his wife and friends with my sister. But his wife and my sister are like really close friends. She was one of my sister's bridesmaids, so like they're
wow.
really close friends.
Yeah, let him know about the break talk.
Yeah. We'll get Scott Lawton on here. That guy's a beauty, man.
Yeah.
That guy's hilarious.
that's funny.
Did he fight your brother or no?
No.
Not yet.
I've trained both of them a little bit in boxing. I was doing like a hockey group right after the first Vancouver fight. So summer of 2023, I was like, yeah, my brother's like, hey man, you mind showing us a couple things? I'm like, oh fuck yeah, bring your boys out. So they came out to the gym.
That's crazy.
4 or 5 times or something like that, and got them hitting some mitts and stuff, just basic stuff. But I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, these guys
So
are
you,
awesome.
you brought a bunch of hockey goons in and just,
yeah.
Damn.
that's sick.
How do you go
all
about
levels.
training? It's a little different, no? You just like,
Just keep it basic, man. Just get
Yeah.
them transferring their weight. Again, I've been on skates. I played hockey for 10 years or something like that. I was trash, but like I at least know how to skate.
what
Like,
position did you play?
I played forward, like
Played
whether it was
fighter.
singer or center. Yeah.
Enforcer.
Yeah. Whether it was, no, I was a runt when I played hockey. I was always like the smallest kid growing up, so I was not an enforcer. I was scrappy. But,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd get tossed, or like I didn't hit 100 pounds till grade 10, so I was like really little. I didn't hit 5 feet till grade 9, right? Like I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was scrappy, but you wouldn't have wanted me as the enforcer. Dude could pick me up and put me over the boards easy.
Yeah. But
That's-
no,
that's wild.
the fighting there is just like just hitting the bag, kind of just getting the jabs down, hooks down, stuff like that.
It's a hockey fight is grip and rip.
Yeah,
Grab
really.
them, fucking punch,
Yeah.
protect your head, stay behind your shoulder roll, elbow
Throw.
roll, off balance the guy, sock him. I move around with my brother a little bit, but try to like, I'm like, hey, would this work? And it's just more like, it's almost as much as me asking questions as it is showing him anything where I'm like, hey, would this work? And he's like, nah, just with your balance. I don't know if that would work. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I would do in an MMA fight, but I don't know what, you go, it's completely different. It's a 15-minute cage fight where anything can happen versus a 20 to a 40-second fight is a long time, right? On the ice. And then you're on skates and you've got a jersey and these guys are all heavyweights. It's completely different, right? So try to show him some stuff that he might be able to take away, but a lot of it's just grab them and sock them, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot less of a science to it, I think, than most
Do
other
you
types
ever
of
like
things.
call your brother like after like a fight on the ice and you'd be like, you should have fucking caught him with the left hook and fucking
No, the opposite. I'm like, that was fucking sick, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, that Brennan Carlo fight. When
That
we
was
fought the
sick.
Leaf, that was a sick fight, and Brennan Carlo was there for it, man. That was an awesome scrap.
he's a big guy. How tall is your brother?
He's like probably a little north of 6'4", Not
Okay,
quite
so
6'5", but he's a big kid.
he's matched Carlo basically because Carlo's a big boy.
Carlo's huge. Yeah. He picked the one guy on the Leafs that's maybe bigger than him, but yeah. Carlo's a big dude too. Those are some big guys.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. Now, would you say, like, growing up and stuff, would you ever, like, you know, obviously seeing your brother's path and, you know, him going to the NHL, were you ever, like, a little jealous? Like, damn, like, maybe I wish I was this good in hockey to
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, especially, that was my first.
I would say that's when
that
I
was
was.
the first real goal. I was like,
Right.
dude, I want to be like just about every Canadian kid. I'm like, dude, I want to be an NHL player, and just being fourth line at AE and sucking. It was like pretty obvious. I'm like, dude, I can't even make double. Like, I can't even be decent at AE, let alone double A, let alone like the best kid in town. Like, I suck at hockey. I'm like just good enough to not play house league most of the year. And so I'm like, yeah, there is no path for me here. And then I got obsessed with martial arts at like 13, 14 and kind of stopped playing, which I think that in and of itself was wild because even though I sucked at it, I loved hockey. I was like, dude, that was all I wanted to do. But once I found martial arts, I'm like, I remember playing one more season, maybe it was grade 10 or something like that, where I played one more season of hockey and I was like, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I should be like training, like I should go to a gym or I should do something else. Like this is fun, but I feel like I should train more. And so I was like, okay, this is the last season I'm doing this. Like fighting is where I actually want to be.
That's it. Like your parents got to be so proud. Like
I know,
you got to
eh?
fucking like
Great
15th
kids.
overall in welterweight in the UFC, and you're just moving up. And your brother plays in the NHL. What about you? Have other siblings as well?
Yeah, I have two other siblings, and they're both really athletic. My sister, the one closest to me in age, she's 2 years younger than me, Lauren. She was the most athletic of any of us growing up, for sure.
Really?
So
Wow.
she was a really good figure skater. So my mom would take her to skating before school almost every morning. She'd get dropped off late to school every day. And then my mom would pick her up from school and take her to the rink.
Bro,
almost
shout out your
every day.
mom, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
all this traveling.
Dude,
Dude, what do your
like,
parents
that's
do? Like what do
crazy.
they generate these fucking mad athletes?
Yeah,
Holy
dude. Like,
fuck.
your dad's got super sperm or something, man. Holy.
It was
Just genetics.
It was wild growing up, remembering like, because my mom worked full time. She's a midwife, so she's a midwife and she's a professor at McMaster, teaches midwifery at McMaster. So she'd like, teach all day and come home and kind of take care of us, and then call to a birth at like 1 a.m. And then I remember, her just like, come home and she'd be like a little short fuse with us or something like that. Like, would you just behave, do your homework and like behave or something? I haven't slept all night. And I was like 11 or 12. I'm like, but it's your job though. Like, you're an adult. Like, you can deal with it. I'm like, why are you being so like, it's your job. Like, you are an adult. You can do this. And then now as an adult, I'm like, how did you not drown us in the bathtub? Like, how did you not kill us, man? Like, I would have hated it. You raised 4 kids while like working full time and being on call. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's just like almost a sentence you put on yourself,
For sure.
Well, I'm like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, my parents are
That would've-
superheroes,
That would
man.
have sucked.
So now did like your brother's definitely gotta like flex a little bit that like, when he gets in these tussles, it's just like,
Yeah, dudes definitely
bro,
don't wanna
you know,
fight
you
him.
know who my brother is, bro? Like he's gotta be a little bit of like, because now you're really, really making a name for yourself. And this welterweight division, obviously, like we said, is like the hottest commodity right now in the UFC. And you're up there in the rankings in number 15 and you're working your way up. And it's like, your brother's dropping the gloves every other fucking night. Not actually, but he's fighting. And it's like, you have his back and he's like, yeah, my brother's a fucking fighter. It's like, it's kind of like, you guys are like, I don't know, it's like you're supporting each other's careers in a way, but like you're doing complete opposite things. You know what I'm saying?
It is super cool. We talk to each other all the time about it, just like that we're on these similar paths at the same time. It's really cool. It's definitely not lost on us. I wonder at times if it's a little bit the opposite, like, fuck, thanks a lot, Mike. Now I got to fight the heavyweight from this team because you're a fucking fighter, and everyone's going to be like, all right, well, Malott will definitely do it. His brother's a UFC fighter. It's like, I mean, I guess I'll get socked by this dude. I wanted to just play hockey, but all right, I guess I'll scrap. But he doesn't seem to shy away from it.
Yeah, well, it's obviously in the blood, If your brother ever loses a fight, just slide into someone's fucking DMs and be like, bro, come in the octagon, you piece of shit.
I'm waiting for you in the parking lot, bro.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. In terms of like, the path now and stuff with the welterweight division, like we said, being stacked, like I honestly truly believe, like I didn't just throw that in the segment.
Yeah.
I truly believe it is the most stacked division.
It's insane.
Now, I would say, like, for yourself, obviously there's no easy fights now, but would you say there's a ranked fighter now that you think would be the easiest fight for you and your style?
No, I'm definitely not going to disrespect any of these guys in saying that. You know, there are some guys that, honestly, I have my eye on all these guys, right? Like, any one of the top 15 guys is a realistic either next fight or after a win another fight. So I have my eye on all these guys. Again, have a general idea of what you're going against. I don't need to over focus on them. Again, I think that's a mistake that some people make, is they over focus on guys. I understand what I'm against. I understand what the job at hand is. I understand what the dangers are. But I don't overstudy my opponents. I think guys sometimes get in trouble with that, where they like almost give them too much mental time, too much focus, and almost begin to wait for guys. But yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had at welterweight, man. There's a lot of sick fights.
Yeah.
And in beating any of these guys, they're massive wins. Like I said, there are no easy fights in the top 15. There are no easy fights. There are no easy fights in the UFC at all. But then there's also like the top 15s in the next level. Like, you even look at, you know, some of the guys that you think are like the shittiest guys in the UFC, and you put them against like a lot of top regional talent, and they wipe the floor with them. You know, I like think of guys that destroyed the regional scene, and you're like, holy shit, these guys are good. Man, these guys are animals. And then get to the UFC and have lackluster performances, you know, win one or two, lose a few, and get chopped, and then go back to the regional scene, are still tearing guys up. You're like, man, the UFC's so good. Like, these guys are unbelievable, right? It's like, no easy fights in the UFC, man. You gotta be sharp the whole time. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta be almost humble at times to recognize, like, hey, I can't do stupid things. I can't take unnecessary risks. You have to be a strategist as much as you are a killer. So yeah, it's a cool life to be living right now. It's a cool time to be
that
fighting.
right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the class act of Mr. Captain Canada, proper Mike Malott. That is the most class act answer you could have got out of a UFC fighter. You'd ask any other UFC fighter, oh, who's the easiest fight? He's name dropping this.
They would spitball four of them.
Yeah. But Mike's sitting here is just like, yeah, anyone's fucking.
I thought you would name at least one, to be honest. But you're very like honest.
Yeah, but hand him any single one of them and let him do his fucking business.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, look, there isn't someone in my division that I don't think I can beat. You know, I think I can beat any of these guys. I know I can beat any of these guys. I just need to put in the right preparation. I need to be ready. When the time comes, I'm ready for any of them. But fuck, I respect all these guys, man. I watch a lot of these guys, whether it's my weight class or outside my weight class. I watch fights. I'm like, damn, that guy's good. That guy's got some cool stuff, and try to steal what I can from these guys and add it to my game. But at the same time, I like my odds against anyone in the world.
That's sick. And you know what? Like we said, like, this division is insane. And now that Islam Makhachev has joined this division, because why the fuck not? It was already a fucking hot commodity. Like, yeah, let's just throw Islam in that. How do you feel about that?
Dude, he's one of the greatest champions there's ever been. You know, I think because he wasn't undefeated. He's got one loss, but then also, like, Khabib's retired, so everyone talks about Khabib in the conversation. About anything you can say about Khabib, you can say about Islam, right? He's incredible, and he's unbelievable, one of the best champions ever. But again, I'm like, we get that opportunity. I'm not shying away from it. I'm stoked to get that opportunity when that time comes. If that time comes, if he's still champion when I get to that opportunity.
Fucking right.
You know, yeah, man. Like, dude, at this point, it's like, it's not about the name. I believe in myself. I believe in my training. I obsess on this. I don't take this sport lightly. This is my life, man. I build my life around this. I spend every single day finding ways to get advantages in the sport. I spend every single day finding ways to grow and to improve and become better and more dangerous and more calculated and more vicious and in better shape and just ready to destroy guys. And it, we're at that point now where, like, again, I feel so confident in there. That last fight, I felt so calm. I felt like completely myself in there. It wasn't some far off goal. I'm like, I'm ready for this. So it doesn't matter who's put in front of me. I love my odds.
Do you ever think like far ahead in terms of like, okay, what am I going to do when I become champion? What am I going to do if I become champion? How do I want to go about it? Or do you kind of think like what's ahead of you now? Do you ever think like far ahead, like, okay, if I become champion, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this. I'm going to go ahead and pursue maybe something else with the UFC, because a lot of people do that. They become champion and then they may put all the effort in getting to the top. And then once they're at the top, it's like, fuck, I got here. I'm at the top of the mountain. And that's where we start seeing a decline, but maybe not in terms of like their ability, but it's you're the guy that needs to be hunted now. So everyone's studying you, everyone's watching you. And
that's words from GSP.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I actually, GSP actually said that too. He was saying when you're at the top, like you're the
Other
guy.
guys are basically what GSP said. When you're at the top, everyone's studying you before you even think of their name.
Oh, dude, yeah, you've got the crown on your head, but you look at it from a bird's eye view. That crown looks like a target.
Exactly.
Right? It's like you are the guy that people are hunting. So, yeah, I think it's important to have goals. I mean, I got into this sport because I wanted to be in the UFC and I wanted to be a UFC champion. I wasn't a guy who got into this sport because I wanted to just play around and do a martial art.
Yeah.
It's funny, Jasmine and I have opposite experiences where she got into the sport and was like, I'm just going to train for a bit. And then she's like, I'm going to take a fight and just see what happens. And before I stepped into a gym, I was like, I'm going to be a UFC champion. And then we're both ranked. It's completely different ends of the spectrum. So for me, a little bit of that, where that goal, like stay focused on day to day, I need to continue to grow because I have that kind of end goal. But especially the closer I get to a fight, the less I think about that, the more I think about just what's in front of me, and not even necessarily winning the fight, but just being the best version of myself that I can. And the more I focus on me and not my opponent, not outcomes, not, again, anything else. It's just what happens next. How prepared am I? How can I be the best prepared I could possibly be? I feel confident going in there. It's like I'm not even almost worried about a win or a loss. It's just I'm going to go in there and fight. And last time was the most genuinely happy I've ever felt stepping in the octagon or being in the back warming up for a fight or being at the hotel waiting for the fight to come. Like, yes, it's time to go. Like, I'm genuinely like, nice, we're there. Like, let's go. I'm happy. I was the happiest to be there. Even like the ceremonial weigh-ins the day before, I'm like, I'm happy. I'm really happy right now. This feels like fun and enjoying, not just monumental. At times it has felt monumental, but not necessarily like enjoyable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you enjoy fighting? It's like, I don't know if that's the word I'd use, but I love aspects of it. And it's like, I'm really starting to just focus in on everything. Just seems like it's coming together right now. And, yeah, I just feel like the best I've ever felt. I feel like I'm the best at competing I've ever been, which is a big thing for me. Like, not just the skills. I feel like since I got to the UFC, I had one of the deeper bags of tricks and skills and knowledge for sure. I'm up there in the top, one or a couple percentile as far as like deepest knowledge bags in the UFC.
For sure.
But I feel like everything's coming together now where I'm sealing up. I'm just tightening up my game even more. So, yeah.
So
I feel like I got away from the question. I almost kind of...
That was essentially the question.
But you mentioned, Mike, you mentioned a little bit of Jasmine, and what brought us into that was GSP, and what brought us all here today was being a part of Skilled Trades College. And now, obviously, you're one of the original brand ambassadors of Skilled Trades College, you and Jasmine. And now the newest ambassador is George St. Pierre joining you guys and this whole UFC, STC thing going on. How was that hearing the news of like George St. Pierre's like literally joining up with you and Jasmine at Skilled Trades College? Like how did that like hit you?
That was sweet, man. Like, hey man, we're gonna not only is he one of the other ambassadors, like we're going to be filming a commercial with him. Like you guys are going to be spending the day with him. That was really cool, man. Like, you know, I'm in the UFC now and I'm ranked, and I want to be obviously at that level where he was. But I'm like, I'm not going to forget the fact that I'm a huge GSP fan. You know, when you guys, when we were in the back, like I was seeing him, like I had my Skilled Trades College sweater on, but I had my George St. Pierre shirt on underneath. He's kind of like, oh man, is it hot in here? And take my shirt off. And kind of everybody started laughing. And then he looks around. He's like, oh, come on, man. Like just starts laughing that I'm wearing a GSP shirt. I'm like, yeah, man, I had your poster on my wall when I was a kid, like a teenager. Like you're the man. You're the GOAT. You're the best. Like, if there's a guy to model your career after, it's that guy. He's the man. So, yeah, it's sick that he's in with Skilled Trades now and Skilled Trades College, and we get to work together. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's sick. And that day was awesome when he came to shoot, and you and Jasmine both, like you obviously got a little wisdom from George St. Pierre and being in the same space as him, and like honestly, like from a different perspective, like even from mine, not that it means much, but just seeing that, like that bond between you three, it was so cool to see, because it's like, yeah, he's George St. Pierre, and he's, you know, obviously his career's done in terms of the UFC, but he was almost like, okay, now we're on the same team. Mm-hmm. You know, we're all here, and he was given his 2 cents of, I think he was talking a little bit about like mental exhaustion with you guys, and giving you a few pointers here and there. And it was awesome to see. It was a heartwarming feeling for me. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
It was awesome, man. Yeah, he gave us some pointers. He just chatted with us and was really candid and genuine about the things that he said. Like, yeah, I think people should be doing more of this, or this is what I focused on. And, you know, wasn't the like celebrity guy or too cool to talk. Like he was down to just chat. And it's cool to get that feeling from him and get that advice from him, because that's something I'm pretty passionate about, is like kind of unifying Canadian fighters, and, you know, us all kind of being there for one another and supporting one another, because there's not a ton of us. There's like 15 at most, you know, even reaching out to just kind of new guys that fought recently in the UFC or that will be fighting in the UFC. Kind of reached out to Lance Gibson Jr., fought last weekend, made his UFC debut, unfortunately lost a close split decision and fought really well, but just took the fight on whatever it was, 4 days notice or something like that.
Fuck.
A guy that I've been briefly in touch with in the past, but just kind of like, fuck yeah, man. Like there's another Canadian dude to root for. And like, he's fought in major promotions before in Bellator. And I'm like, yes, like we got another guy to root for, another guy on the team. Like we're all coming together, even the, you know, fighting on these cards and having guys that I didn't know before these cards, like Marc-Andre Barrios or Eamon Zahabi, like Charles Jourdain. Like I didn't know these guys before fighting on cards with them, but I fought on so many cards with these guys that now it feels like, oh man, we're getting the band back together. Like, all right, we're all getting ready for this together.
Team Canada.
Exactly. I see each other in the hotel. It's like, all right, man, like let's vibe this week. You know, it's our team together, and we're all going to do great, and we're all there for one another. It's a really cool time to get to be a Canadian fighter.
Yeah, and you guys are all hot right now. Like everyone's fucking lighting it up right now in the UFC, which is amazing to see. You know, Canada's really taking a big part of the UFC right now, and a lot of good fighters. Like not that many, but the ones that are fighting in the UFC are really making a name for themselves. So it's sick.
Yeah, and we got Cody coming in. He'll be making some noise in the UFC, and Jourdain's at a new weight class finally at 135. Charles Jourdain, his brother Louis Jourdain, just joined. He's a killer. He's been one of those guys who's been ready for the UFC for years. Eamon's ranked now, you know, continuing to climb the ranks. Multiple fights now he's been ranked. Jasmine's a killer. You know, she's still, you know, coming off a loss, but 2 fights away from a title shot again, potentially. Like she gets one big win and she's ahead of where she was a minute ago. Like, you know, I'm having some success. You know? There's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Just a little bit.
And then I see some young up and coming fighters too, where I'm like, oh man, you stick with this, you will be here for sure. There's like some really good guys coming up.
Yeah, and we're so excited to see Cody get that call for the UFC debut, man. We're itching. We're like, fuck, man. Like, come on. Like, where's the call? I'm waiting to see that Instagram post or hear from Cody. Of just like ready to support you guys. But you guys got a great team there, and Niagara top team, right?
Oh yeah.
So you guys are like probably one of the top teams or top gyms in Canada. Like you got to be right now. Like
for sure.
It's
Niagara top team and TriStar. It's like those are definitely the 2 best teams in the country, and I don't feel like we need to be competitive as far as like who's the better team.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? Like,
Yeah.
I just want Canadians
Just
to
go
do well.
fucking
Like,
fight and
let's just go
win.
We're pretty much not in the same weight classes. There's plenty of food on the table for both teams. Let's go win. Let's go kick some ass.
Which is cool because
Yeah.
you guys are all at different weight classes, so you know that like no matter what, you're not going to be, you know, in each other's, I guess, division, right?
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
good. It's good.
Have you ever felt like maybe down the line you would ever move divisions, weight divisions, or?
I have moved divisions. So my career started, actually my career started between 135 and 145. My first fight was at 141 pounds.
Oh, wow.
When I was 19, moved, you know, with the intention of going to 145. I don't know how I made weight for that one, but one of my coaches was like, yeah, we got you a fight and this is the weight. I'm like, how am I going to make this weight? Ended up having that fight, going to 145 for several fights. Had 2 fights at 155.
Dude, I can't imagine you at 145.
I was a skinny boy.
Yeah, like, whoa.
I was drawn out. I'll show you some pictures after.
Like
It's
that,
not-
yeah.
The last 2 fights, it was not the call. When I was like 19, 20, 21, like it was actually the right call. I was just, again, I was a really late bloomer. I was a runt of a kid. I still was growing in like my early 20s, right? So I just physically wasn't done growing in height, let alone like filling out. And then I finally started, when I got down to alpha male, had one more fight at 145 and then moved it up to 55, was a good size 55er, stopped fighting for a few years and started just like focusing on grappling. I'm like, I should like really double down on wrestling, and wrestling put some weight on me. And I'm like, I should maybe lift weights for the first time in my life, and lifted weights a little bit and just kind of filled out and started off at welterweight, kind of a little undersized for the division for my first several fights, even in the UFC. Weight wise was kind of a little undersized for the weight, but I've like filled out for the weight class and feel great at this. I don't need to do a crazy diet or a crazy water cut to make weight, but I'm definitely not small for the weight class now. So
Yeah.
I feel great at welterweight. I don't see 15 pounds is a lot in either direction. Like dropping 15 to get to 55 is crazy, or putting on 15 to make 85 to be a good size 85 is crazy. I don't see it. Who knows? When I was fighting at 45, I definitely didn't think I'd go to 70. I'm like, okay, maybe someday I'll go to 55. I didn't see 70, so who knows? But no, I think 70 is the right weight
Well,
class for me.
welterweight's right in that middle ground where it's like it's 15 up, 15 down. Every other division's like, I think it's 10, right?
Yeah, until you hit 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's that bigger gap, and that 5 pounds makes a big difference, right? Because you're never actually fighting at that weight when you walk in the octagon. You might cut to that weight, but you're not fighting at that weight.
No, 15 pounds is a lot of weight. I mean, you take 15 pounds of ground
It's
beef.
lean. It's
you
lean,
say
too.
15
It's
pounds
not
of
like-
lean
that.
ground
Yeah,
beef or
dude.
steak. It's like, holy crap, that's a
Yeah.
lot of weight. It's like, all right, now cut that off of your body to make the lighter weight class. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think that's the call, man.
Yeah.
Well, stick with the welterweight and fucking kick these motherfuckers' ass.
Yeah, like we said, it's the best division anyway.
Yeah.
It's the toughest, and I think now it's getting the most traction now, and it's the division, like when you really look at like who's ranked and you're scrolling down, you're like, this dude's only 10, this dude's only 11, and it's like, holy shit, it's like this division is stacked.
This
And-
dude's only 15.
Yeah. No, but yeah, literally, right? And it's like it's crazy to see that, and it's like the like being able to say like let's say hypothetically just career goes to shit. You can, hypothetically never would happen, but I'm saying you can.
Thanks,
look,
Adam.
Let's talk about beat the shit out of him.
Love it.
Let's
Let's just talk about how if all your dreams shattered, you piece of shit.
First to Kevin Holland, and now this.
this guy's catching
the
me.
Yeah,
This guy's
I
catching
think we
me.
should just.
the fuck?
I think he wants to take 100% leg kick.
No,
You know, he was
no,
talking
no,
about it
no,
earlier
no.
today. I think we should just.
What I'm trying to say is that you see this division and it's like, holy shit, like this guy's ranked number 15 in this division, and it's just insane. Like this division is stacked, man.
Yeah,
And
good
it's-
cover up, piece of shit.
Thanks,
I
dude.
kinda-
Thanks.
I get what you're saying. There is something about hitting a milestone and being like, okay, once I've done that, no matter what, that can never be taken from me. So
Yeah.
walking out from my first UFC fight, I'm like, bro, no matter what, this goes the worst it could possibly go.
You're in the UFC.
I fought in the UFC
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. No one can ever take that from me. Oh shit, I won that fight. Nice. I already won one. No matter what happens,
Yeah.
I already won one fight. Then my next fight, I won. I got a knockout in the first fight. Second fight, I win and I get a performance bonus. It's like, not only did I win 2 fights in the UFC, but I got a performance bonus no matter what. And it's like each one. And now it's like, dude, no matter what happens, I die in a car accident tomorrow. It does like,
Okay, well, like now we're
It's
just
like-
going to the extreme
but
here.
no matter what happens, where I can't, I never fight again or whatever happens, it's like,
He's ranked 15.
I was ranked in the UFC. Like I set out to do this and I got to rankings. Like that's sick. It's just another thing of pride and another thing of like, it builds more confidence in the path that got me here too. It's like, oh shit, how can I get to, the belt or the higher rankings or the championship? It's like, hey man, when you're looking at how far that is from you, me to the belt away, like turn around and look at where you came from.
Exactly.
It's like, look at how long that path was. And it was
Yeah.
laid on the things that you've been doing. Like you've been tweaking those for years. Continue to tweak them. Don't just sit with, say everything's good the way it is. But man, if you got to, the difference between me being ranked top 15 in the world and me being some kid in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada, who had never done martial arts before is an infinitely longer stretch and gap than it is from going from top 15 to a world title or top 15 to a main event or top 15 to a whatever. It's like whatever that goal is, it's not as big a jump as it was to get to where I am now. So if I can get to here, I can logically I'm very capable of getting to whatever other goals I have, right?
Well, I'll paint the road for you right now. Knock out Gilbert Burns, okay? And then they're like, okay, we got to give this guy something. Let's move up the ranks a little bit. Fucking Carlos Prates smoking too many butts. They're like, hey, you know what? let's get on top of this guy. Go at him a few rounds. Get behind him. Choke him out. Perfect. All right, we got Prates down. Now we're top 5. Bilal Muhammad, you suck. Let's just piece you up for 3 rounds. Bang. Win that unanimous decision. Islam Makhachev. Let's fucking go.
Buddy, if that's how it happens, you're like a genius.
I gave you shittiest case scenario. He gave you.
I gave you the scenario. I gave you the
I
scenario.
like one of the hosts a lot more than the other one.
That's his road. That's his road. I've mapped it out. I've mapped it out.
It's definitely possible. I see it.
Now fuck you, man.
No,
you have no say. You have no say. You have no say.
I do, and I was just about to. What you were saying is like, and exactly true. Like you may tweak some things, but it's like, hey, this is the path that got me here. Like there's no need to change course too much. It's just who's the next fighter and what do I do to adjust? And it's like you already came so far, and it's crazy to see you and like with the name growing and yourself growing in the UFC. It's like, holy shit, like you could really look back, and if you're not one of those guys to kind of like, I'll celebrate at the top, I'll celebrate when I get the championship, which is great, but if you really do just look back and be like, holy shit, like I've came this far, and you have so much ahead of you to go, and it is crazy to see. And you obviously knew Loretto before, but even when you were fighting in Vancouver, I felt it. It's like, as you were saying before, it's like your buddy's in there. And it's like, I felt it because I met you a little bit more, and it's like, dude, like this guy has to fucking win. Cause it's like, I feel it too. Cause he was saying before anything, he's like, there's nothing like seeing someone in that octagon. And I was like, I believe it. But then, when you actually like build a connection, it's like, holy shit, like, dude, this guy better fucking win or else I'm jumping in there and fucking, you know what I mean? It's
well,
like,
that was me. I almost jumped in. I almost got beat up by Kevin Holland.
yeah, man. And it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So it's crazy, man. We're like I said, we're behind you. STC's behind you, and we can't wait to see where your future ends up for sure.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just remember the break talk, eh?
The break talk. That you got, man.
We need a new belt.
Yeah, we need yours. We're gonna once you get it, we're gonna trade you this one, and then just take yours.
Seems like a fair trade.
Yeah, fair trade. Anyways, Mike, thank you so much for coming on the Break Talk, man. It has been a fucking blast. We appreciate you. STC appreciates you more than words can describe, man. You're one of the greatest ambassadors we could ever ask for, and we're so happy to have you here. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Happy to be a part of the team, man. I love this connection and this partnership. So, yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Everything, yeah. Break the break talk. Yeah. Break